They're separated by just a few stops on the red line, but bragging rights on the line just off the Rosemont stop on the blue line. It's DePaul against Loyola. Both teams are hot. The Blue Demons looking to start the new year with an 8-game winning streak against a team they've dominated lately. 11 straight victories over the Ramblers. The historic rivalry renewed next. It's a rivalry that dates back 90 years, but of late, it's been rather one-sided. Good afternoon and welcome inside Allstate Arena. Alongside Jeff Blanzy, I'm Zach Zaidman. So happy to have you with us. It's DePaul against Loyola. You mentioned these two schools playing one another, and it's a tradition steeped with history.
Well, I love when two schools so close to each other go head-to-head. The rivalry, it is there, and it is very intense as well. In fact, these two teams are playing the best right now when facing each other since back in 1979. DePaul comes in at 9-3, Loyola at 8-3. But look at the numbers. DePaul averaging about 76 points a game, Loyola just 64 a game. And that DePaul defense, they will force you into a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, almost 10 a game. One reason why the Blue Demons have won 7 in a row. Another reason, the playoff standout forward, Cleveland Melvin.
Yeah, Cleveland Melvin has been very steady all season long, coming off a 24-point game. He's averaging about 18 a game for the season. He's also, I tell you what, he's also had a streak of 26 consecutive games of scoring in double figures. That ranks 3rd in the nation. He's very strong on the inside, great moves to the basket. He can also step outside and shoot it as well. He has worked very hard on that part of his game from beyond the arc. The DePaul bench, they've been getting a lot of consistency out of this guy, Worrell Clohar. He doubled his scoring average over the last 6 games. He brings in a lot of energy off that bench as well. Works very hard at both ends of the floor.
On the flip side, Loyola already at this point of the year, more wins than all of last season.
Well, head coach Porter Moser starts his 2nd season, and he likes consistency, and he's gotten it. He has started the same starting 5 all 11 games, and it's led by a guy by the name of Ben Averkamp. Averkamp has been very consistent. He's averaging about 16 points a game, 7 rebounds. He's 4th in scoring in the Horizon League. Excellent free throw shooter as well, Zach. 13 for 13 in his last outing. Loyola playing awfully well. They've won 6 of their last 7 games.
While the Blue Demons undefeated in December. The rivalry renewed. DePaul and Loyola next from Allstate Arena. All smiles here at Allstate Arena as DePaul goes for its 8th consecutive win against crosstown rival Loyola. Zach Zaidman and Jeff Blanzy with you. The Blue Demons with a starting lineup that includes the star guard Brandon Young, joined by the freshman from Las Vegas, Darrell McDonald. The man to watch is Cleveland Melvin, averaging nearly 18 points a game for the Blue Demons. J.B. Crockett beginning to heat up after missing 4 games with a knee injury. And Donovan Kirk, the junior center, rounds out the first 5 for Oliver Purnell's Blue Demons. Purnell has DePaul at 9-3, and they're cooking. A 7-game winning streak, the longest since the 1993-94 season. Meantime, for Loyola, Cully Payne, the Iowa transfer, is the point man. Ramblers do a terrific job of handling the ball. Joe Crispin is the off guard. Jordan Hicks at 1 forward. Ben Avercamp, the man to watch, averaging a little more than 16 points per game. And Christian Thomas rounds out the first 5 for Porter Moser's Loyola Ramblers. Moser, the former top assistant for the late Rick Majerus at St. Louis. You remember him, of course, as the head coach Moser was at Illinois State. The officials today, Lamar Simpson, Paul Zeltz, and a late scratch. No James Breeding today. Tony Chiazza steps in for Breeding as the 3rd man on the officiating crew. Blue Demons and Ramblers about to play game number 56 in this historic rivalry, which dates back 90 years. Blue Demons have won 11 in a row in this series. DePaul looking to finish off an undefeated December. That hasn't happened since 1986 for DePaul. And the Blue Demons start out with the ball going from left to right. Cleveland Melvin has it, top of the key. Pass to Crockett, right wing, as the Demons patiently work it around the arc against the Loyola defense. Young on the move. Nice big shot.
Loyola will stay down in that man-to-man defense, and Brandon Young's kind of found an opening there and went right to the basket, laid it up and in.
Loyola gets it across the line against the full court pressure by the Demons. Almost always, DePaul will stick 4 men in the backcourt.
Loyola will be very patient with their offense, looking for the big guy, Avercamp.
Ball deflected away and picked up by Hicks for Loyola. Hicks behind the arc on the right side. Payne, left wing, spin move, double team. Underneath to Thomas, the layup is good.
Nice move down low by Thomas. Nice look down low by Cully Payne. Knew he got himself double teamed and found Thomas down low. Nice dump off for the bucket.
Melvin from the outside, bullseye.
Yeah, you can't leave Cleveland Melvin open like that. He gets on a roll. He's good from that 15 to 17-foot range, and that's exactly what that was right there.
Minute gone by at Allstate Arena. DePaul 4, Loyola 2. Payne pushes the tempo. Thomas, the block by Kirk. Foul's been called.
Well, nice pass there by Cully Payne. Down low to Thomas. Not quite sure it was a foul. At least Donovan Kirk didn't think so. Thomas went up, and Kirk went up as well, and I don't think it was a foul. As we look at it on our replay here at courtside, Oliver Purnell didn't like the call either.
Tony Chiazza blew the whistle on that play. Thomas misses the first free throw. He's a 6'5" sophomore from St. Louis. Most improved player on the team when you talk to all the Loyola people. And the reason is, last year, Porter Moser was asking him to handle the ball. Now he's exclusively playing the power forward position, suiting his strengths. Misses the second free throw, and here come the Demons. 4-2 lead for DePaul. Minute and a half gone by here in the opening half at Allstate Arena. The 56th meeting between DePaul and Loyola. Jenny Crockett forgot he was playing a basketball game there.
Didn't see the pass coming. Brandon Young was going cross court to Crockett. Crockett never saw it coming. At least he turned his head away just for the split second. And when he turned back, the ball was hitting him in the hands, and he had no way to control the ball out of bounds.
Demons keep 3 guys in the backcourt. Now they retreat. It's 1-on-1. Payne against McDonald. Crosses the timeline. Feeds Hicks, driving right baseline. Oh, the up and under move.
Nice move there by Hicks down low. Got Brandon Young off his feet, and then went dipsy-do with it and got it to go.
Game tied at 4. 2 minutes gone by here in the opening half between DePaul and Loyola. Kirk, the banker, is good.
Nice give and go. Crockett saw Kirk rolling the basket.
Made basket, allows DePaul to apply the full court pressure. Payne beats it, he's across the line. Payne at the head of the key, directing traffic. Iowa transfer. He's missed the last 2 years. Had a sports hernia, so he's healthy and good to go. DePaul 6, Loyola 4. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the opening half at Allstate Arena.
Payne's been very good running that Loyola offense before Moser as Payne goes to the basket there and lays it up and in.
Yeah, the scoop shot is good. Game tied at 6 between DePaul and Loyola, opening 3 minutes of basketball here at Allstate Arena.
That's one thing that Loyola has been missing or lacking, at least over the past couple of years, especially last year, was a guy like Cully Payne that can kind of run the offense and take advantage of baskets when he gets them. Make sure he gets them done and gets the basket.
J.B. Crockett with the ball for the Demons, head of the key. Young off to the right, directing traffic. Some miscommunication in the half-court offense by the Demons. Crockett left wing behind the arc. Feeds Kirk left of the lane. Backs in. McDonald up high. 5 to shoot for DePaul. Melvin right of the lane. Turnaround jump. Rims out. Ball knocked out of bounds. It was last touched by Loyola. DePaul ball.
Well, I like the fact that DePaul is being very patient there. As you see the big sixth man off the bench, Royal Klahar brings a lot of energy, but I like the way DePaul was very patient on offense right there, except they took that shot clock down just a little bit too far, I think. You get down to 3 or 2, and you're still looking for a shot, and it forced Melvin to take an off-balance jumper. Fortunately for DePaul, they got the ball out of bounds.
You mentioned Klahar in the game. He's been averaging nearly 10 points a contest over his last 6 games. Melvin, the 3, no good. Loose ball, tracked down by Robertson, off to Young, top of the circle. Young, the long 3. That's no good. And even struggling from the perimeter.
Brandon Young was out a couple hours prior to the start of this game, working on his jump shot from beyond the arc, and he looks very hard on that.
Oh, Payne on the move. Diagonal pass, 3 all the way. No good by Chrisman. Crockett the rebound for the Demons, and DePaul pushes the tempo. Klahar top of the key. Off to the right, it's Young. Left side pass for J.B. Crockett. Paul and Loyola tied at 6, nearly 4 minutes gone by in the opening half. Klahar throws it underneath. Melvin couldn't handle. Turnover. Here come the Ramblers. Payne, top of the key. Behind the back to Thomas. In the paint. Wild shot won't go. Cutback, that doesn't go. Ball is loose. Tracked down by J.B. Crockett. Back the other way comes DePaul. Klahar across the line. Off to the left. Crockett 4-3. Got it.
Nice look by Klahar to find Crockett open on the wing. Jamie's a streaky shooter, and if he gets it going, it could be a lot of trouble for Loyola this afternoon.
Demons have now hit at least 1 3-pointer in 592 consecutive games. Thomas inside for Loyola. It's DePaul 9, Loyola 8. Nearly 5 minutes gone by opening half at Allstate Arena. Crockett double team. New look in the half court by the Ramblers. Here comes Young underneath. Kick out to Klahar, left wing. Crockett up high, 4-3. He hits again.
I just said Crockett is a very streaky shooter. I like the fact that Klahar recognized that Crockett was open 2 times down the road. He's a steal now.
And Young lays it up and in. The pressure defense working to perfection off the made basket by the Demons.
Loyola better get used to this too, Zach, because DePaul will keep this kind of pressure on the entire 40 minutes.
Here's Devin Turk, sharpshooter, puts it up. No good from 3. He's been lighting it up from outside this season for the Ramblers. Back the other way come the Demons. Melvin, pull-up jump. No good from the right side. And Cully Payne looks to slow things down for Loyola. Looking at his head coach, Porter Moser, and gets the play call. It's DePaul 14, Loyola 8. 14:27 remaining first half. Ramblers working around the perimeter. Thomas back to Payne between the rings. Chrisman, the off guard, has it off to the right. Turk, the sharpshooter, right wing. Averkamp has it at the free throw line. He's been quiet so far in the early going. And a steal by Klahar. Did he step out?
Yes, right along the sideline, right in front of his head coach.
So the Ramblers will keep it after this timeout. And with just under 15 minutes left to play in the first half, we've reached the Geico Insurance 15-minute timeout. In less than the time remaining on the clock, Geico could help you save 15% or more on car insurance. Call Geico at 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com to get your quote today. The broadcast rights for this game have been granted to WCUU by DePaul University. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the express written consent of WCUU and DePaul University strictly prohibited. The Blue Demons on an 8-2 run the last 2+ minutes. 14:08 remaining here in the first half. DePaul leads Loyola 14-8. Zach Saban, Jeff Blanzy with you from Allstate Arena.
DePaul almost perfect shooting the ball, too. 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
Underneath, Abraham misses the jumper. And here come the Demons. Klahar to Charles McKinney, sophomore from Evanston. Demons patiently working around the arc. The freshman McDonald, head of the key. Now to McKinney, left wing, puts it on the floor. Inside the paint, bounce to Klahar. At top of the key, 3. No good. McKinney tracks down the rebound. Wild pass underneath, ball deflected out of bounds by Devin Turk. How about Charles McKinney skying and passing?
You talk about a wild pass. He got the rebound off the missed shot, and then he went, woo! Dipsy-doo behind his back. Didn't quite find his target, but nonetheless, DePaul keeps possession of the ball. I like the creativity there.
I like the sound effect that you bring to the replay cast there. Demons working around the arc. Off to the left, Morgan. Klahar, head of the circle. DePaul 14, Loyola 8. 13:35 to go in the first half. Into the game now for the Ramblers is Jeff Kiki White. He's guarding Klahar. Off to the left. McDonald drives right side, 1-on-2. Doesn't go. Offensive foul has been called on McDonald. And this has been a trend for McDonald and the Blue Demons.
Well, McDonald again, we know he's a freshman and he's going to make mistakes like this one right here. But, once you get up in the air, you got nowhere to go. And, you make that decision at the split-second decision. And once you get there, the Loyola guy might fall over and take that charge. That's exactly what happened on that possession by McDonald.
Demons have 4 guys in the backcourt. And they are pressuring Nick Osborne, who gets it off to Jeff White. He's got to get it across the line. Just does. Osborne, nice look, makes the layup, is good.
A very nice look by Loyola right there. They took their time getting the ball across the court, made sure they got nice passes, kept the ball in the center of the floor, and that's the one way that you can break down that DePaul, full court press. Keep the ball in the middle of the floor and pass the ball. Don't dribble it.
Under 13 minutes to go in the first half. Demons with the ball up by 4 against Loyola. DePaul has won 11 consecutive games against the Ramblers. Klahar off to the right, spins out of the double team, hop step of the paint, kick out McDonald, 3 on the way. No good, hit the back of the rim. White the rebound for Loyola. Here come the Ramblers, pushing the tempo. White, hesitation dribble, spin move in the paint. Pass underneath, deflected away, and taken away by the Ramblers. Now the Demons have it. Here's McDonald. Spin move, he's into the front court. Nice pass to McKinney. 1-on-4, lost the ball. Devin Turk comes up with it. Off to White, he's across the line, back to Turk. He can drain threes, has 22 on the season. Underneath Avercamp, turn around, a hook, he's fouled. And Avercamp going to the line for 2.
Well, I was wondering when they were going to go down low to Avercamp, or at least get him the ball. He's only shot the ball. That's only his second shot so far here in this game, and I'm surprised he really hasn't had a lot of touches. And he's that main weapon on offense for Loyola. Got to get him the ball more often.
DePaul 14, Loyola 10, 12:14 to go in the first half. Ben Avercamp at the line, 6'8" junior. 13 of 13 from the stripe against St. Peter's last time out, and wouldn't you know it, I jinxed him. He misses his first attempt today.
Yeah, that streak didn't last long in this game, did it?
No. But he can play. Had 25 points earlier this season against then number 19 Michigan State, but he's shooting just 19% over the last couple of games. Avercamp misses both. How about that? Well, Loyola comes up with the offensive board. Nice play by Thomas. That's back to Payne. Spins by McDonald. Uses a screen. Double team now. Good defense by the Demons in the half court. Hicks off to the left. DePaul 14, Loyola 10. Under 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Payne uses a screen. Rolls to his left. Bounces it underneath. Nice pass to Thomas. The layup is good.
What was nice there by Thomas is he got Jamie Crockett on his back, and then he got positioned down there. Cully Payne made sure he saw Thomas. He knew he had position, got him the ball right away for the basket.
Tight game early between these two. DePaul 14, Loyola 12. 11.5 minutes to go in the first half. Crockett in the paint. Kick out McDonald. Left baseline runner. Switch.
Oh, that's a tough shot. Very athletic there by McDonald. Trying to knocked that down on the run as he's floating through there. It's a very difficult shot, but McDonald was able to get it done.
Made shot puts 4 demons in the backcourt. Loyola breaks the pressure as White has it off to the left in the front court. Young on him, uses a screen. White rolls to the middle. DePaul 16, Loyola 12, 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Payne has the top of the key.
Less traveling.
Yeah. Turnover Loyola. Demons forcing close to 10 turnovers a game. DePaul up 16-12 over Loyola. 11 minutes to go in the first.
Provider of physical therapy and rehabilitation services to DePaul student athletes and their fans. Visit them at the Ray Meyer Center at DePaul's Lincoln Park campus or at novacare.com.
11 minutes remaining in the first half. DePaul leads Loyola 60-12 here at Allstate Arena. Jeff, you look at what's on the line here in this one. A ton of winning streaks for the Blue Demons.
Well, and the one I like here too is the one win away from their first undefeated December since way back in the mid 80s. And the reason I like that is because if they win this game, that'll give them 10 wins heading into the Big East portion of the schedule, and it'd be very nice with that kind of momentum. An 8-game win streak. They'll go to 10-3 as they face Seton Hall in that first Big East first Big East conference game.
Blue Demons have won 7 consecutive games overall, 11 straight against Loyola, and 9 straight against Chicagoland schools. Blue Demons with the ball. Young has it off to the right, left side for Crockett, puts it on the floor, pull up, jump on the baseline, no good, too strong. Melvin the rebound, put back off glass, banks it home.
Nice job getting position on the weak side by Cleveland Melvin. Crockett shot up just a bit too hard, but Melvin was right there to pull it up. Now steal, and Young with another basket.
Second time we've seen that, and Porter Moser has had enough. Quickly calls time for the Ramblers as DePaul extends the lead 20-12 over Loyola with 10:32 remaining in the first half. You know, Moser, before coming to Loyola, was the associate head coach at St. Louis under the late Rick Majerus, one of the legendary coaches in college basketball in this era. He could not make the funeral when Majerus died earlier this basketball season, but to pay tribute to his former mentor, wore that traditional Rick Majerus mock turtleneck, the black mock turtleneck, black slacks, and so many great stories. Anyone who's had an opportunity to spend just a little bit of time with Rick Majerus over the years, the guy in 2 seconds made you feel like you were his best friend in the world, and if you were at a table with him enjoying a good meal, even better. That guy, what stories?
And he was such a character. I mean, he was so good for the game of basketball. Just everything he did. Another steal by Crockett.
Crockett missed the jam. Loose ball tracked down by Melvin. Picks it up, puts it up, doesn't go. Melvin hits the deck. He appears to be hurt. He's holding his head.
Yeah, I think his head hit the floor. Well, the some of his teammates are telling the athletic trainers to come out as quick as possible because Melvin holding his head with both hands. I don't know if he's cut or yeah, he may be cut. He is cut. I can see blood on his hands. Looks like he's cut between the eye, between his right eye and his ear.
Right in the temple area.
Right in the temple area. There's no doubt there's blood coming out. Let's see how this happened as let's take a look at the replay at our courtside seats here. After the Crockett missed dunk, it was a wild scramble for the ball, and then Melvin came up with the loose ball, and then when he went down, he tripped over a Loyola player who's already on the ground, and when he went down, the side of his head hit the floor is what happened, and that's why he's cut on the side of his face right there.
Almost like a cut block in football, had his feet taken out from under him, and Melvin hit the deck head first, so that's how the cut opened up. It's DePaul 20, Loyola 12, 10:23 remaining here in the first half. See, Melvin tracked down the loose ball underneath the basket, went up with the shot, and it looked like he was cut underneath. I think that was Matt O'Leary, the reserve forward for Loyola, who accidentally took Melvin's legs out from under him, and then Melvin hit the deck, but he's on both feet now, and he's walking back to the DePaul sideline with a bandage on the side of his head. It's the left side, right between the eye and the ear, the temple area. Cleveland Melvin coming into this game right there among some of the best players in DePaul history as he's trying to move up the scoring charts. Tied now with Andre Brown, who was a staple during the Dave Lato era. Moses Morgan at the free throw line for the Demons.
And he will shoot the free throws for Cleveland Melvin.
Morgan misses the first. So Melvin now tied with Andre Brown. 33rd all-time on the DePaul scoring chart. Quentin Richardson at number 32. One more free throw for Morgan. Knocks it down. Extends the DePaul lead to 9. 21-12 over Loyola. 10:23 remaining in the first half. Full court pressure by DePaul. They got four guys in the backcourt shaped like a diamond. They call it the diamond press. Kiki White advances it now to Jordan Hicks, who crosses the timeline. White at the free throw line. Hops up in the paint. Get to Abraham. Left side layup is good.
Nice look by White. Got in the paint. Saw Avercamp on the left-hand side of the lane and made sure he got on the ball because he's wide open, and Avercamp knew what to do with it. Go right to the basket. That's what he's good at. Averaging about 16 points a game. That's fourth best in the Horizon League.
And the leading scorer on Loyola. DePaul 21, Loyola 14. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Crockett off to the left. Gives to McDonald. Cross-court pass to Young. Couldn't handle along the right sideline, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Well, I think what happened there is Brandon Young thought he might get a backdoor opportunity. But McDonald didn't see him and have that eye contact. As Cleveland Melvin gets worked down on the bench. Hopefully he'll get back in soon for this DePaul team.
Think he needs stitches?
Well, he might. I don't know. It's hard to tell from here, from our vantage point, but there was a lot of blood on the floor. I know that.
Payne into the front court now for Loyola. Off to Jeff White. Interesting move by Porter Moser, keeping 2 point guards essentially out there. Osborne up high, dribbles to his left, hands off to Payne, who's got a bounce pass underneath. Kickball by the Demons.
Moser used that 2 point guard system a lot. He likes White and Cully on the floor at the same time. White a little bit quicker. Cully is the guy that sets it up. White will get out on the break, and they'll try and get easy baskets with the quicker White.
Loyola ball with 16 to shoot. Along the baseline, Avercamp inside the paint. Diagonal pass to White. Up top, he drives to his left ankle. Cut off. Good defense by Kirk. Up high, Avercamp. Under 10 to shoot for Loyola. Payne has it off to the right. Penetrates. No look pass to Hicks. His three. No good. Left side. Ball batted up in the air and hit down by Donovan Kirk for the Demons. DePaul 21, Loyola 14. A little more than 9 minutes remaining in the first half.
Loyola staying in that man-to-man defense. Ball very patient. They'll look for the good shot. They got one right there from Young.
Short on the jumper. Here comes Cully Payne for the Ramblers. On 1-on-2. Ball deflected away, picks it up, baseline jump, bounces in.
Cully's not considered a scorer on this team, but he'll take the open jump shot. Got a nice kind bounce there.
Yeah, he's known for his distribution skills. Candidate for the 2013 Kuzi Award. DePaul 21, Loyola 16. Nice underneath look. Ball deflected away though by the Ramblers. It's loose on the floor. Morgan picks it up. Calls time.
I thought Brandon Young had a shot there instead of passing the ball to Kirk. Looked like he had a layup. Decided to give it up. DePaul forced to use a timeout.
8:21 remaining in the first half. DePaul 21, Loyola 16. Let the Blue Demons plan your next office outing, birthday party, or youth team event. Tickets for groups 10 or more begin at $15 at Allstate Arena. To arrange a group outing, call the DePaul ticket office at 773-325-SLAM.
Well, Loyola has done a good job inside the paint as they've gone to the basket there and just getting the job done. Cully with a nice drive and nice basket off glass. They've been shooting the ball well outside. They've been taking advantage of that DePaul press. When they break it, they get the layups.
Yeah, and this is rare because when you look overall at what Loyola has done coming into this game, the Ramblers known for their ability to stick it from the outside. Team that comes in shooting 43% and 36% from three-point range, but 14 of the Ramblers' 16 points in this one inside the painted area.
But what they're doing is they're taking advantage of what DePaul is giving them. So a lot of times your offense is dictated by what the defense gives you, and that's what they've gotten so far.
Demons have the ball. Kirk for the free throw line. Got it.
Speaking of points in the paint, Donovan Kirk, nice little soft jumper turnaround. Nice look there by Brandon Young to find his teammate wide open in the lane.
Full court pressure by DePaul. Four guys in the backcourt as Loyola plays catch. Now, Kirk puts up the jumper. Right side, no good. Ball batted up in the air. Look out, Jeff, it's coming at us. Thank goodness Joe Chrisman saved the ball. Now I can get off your lap and continue to call the game.
You get nervous when the ball starts heading your way, don't you?
I do. I have bad hands.
You just like to handle the ball.
That's true. That doesn't mean I'm a shooter. Oh, what a move by Cully. Payne from the left side gets it to go, plus the foul.
That's twice now. Payne has been able to get in the lane and get a shot off. That time he got the bucket and the foul.
DePaul leads Loyola 23-18 with 7:40 to go in the first. The Big East season begins on Wednesday, January 2nd. Purchase the Big East 9-pack and enjoy preferred seat location for all 9 opponents on the Big East home schedule, including Cincinnati, Louisville, Notre Dame, Connecticut, and Pittsburgh. Call the DePaul ticket office at 773-325-SLAM to purchase your Big East 9-pack today.
Junior Cully Payne has not been known for scoring for Loyola, but he's getting it done here this afternoon. The bucket and the foul there on the last possession. He's 3 of 3 from the field, and he is now, with that free throw, the game's leading scorer with 7 points, Zach.
DePaul 23, Loyola 19, 7:37 remaining in the first half. Demons bring it into the front court. Clahar, the backup point man, operating for the Demons. Cleveland Melvin back in the game.
Nice to see that. Little bandage there on the side of his face.
So the good news is no stitches. McKinney, the hop step in the Payne. Whistle.
I believe it's on Turk. It is.
Devin Turk, the freshman from Houston, picking up the infraction for Loyola. Pick up the Demons. Melvin has it outside. Young now top of the key. Off to the right, Clahar. Hop step in the paint. Pull up jump. No good. Clahar the rebound and the putback is good by the diminutive Clahar. Listed as 5'11", smaller than that, but he plays big.
He always plays big. Got a lot of springs too. I like where you missed the shot, but fouled it, stayed with it, made sure he got the second opportunity.
Payne beats the pressure, flips it to Thomas in the front court, and now back to Payne, who will reset the offense for Loyola, but a lot of time running off the clock for the Ramblers. Bounce pass underneath, Turk, layup, no good, he got fouled. Turk's a guy who almost exclusively shoots it from the outside, but clearly one of the things that Loyola is trying to do is take advantage of the Demons over pursuing, because there's a lot of stuff available underneath.
And that's a set play in the offense. Avercamp got the pass, and then Turk goes backdoor, making sure his man didn't see him go backdoor, and Avercamp, nice little bounce pass, forcing DePaul to foul, put Turk at the line shooting 2.
Knocks down the free throw. Coming into the game, 82% from the line. DePaul 25, Loyola 20, 6:43 remaining in the first half. Devin Turk, this guy can light it up. 21 points at Mississippi State earlier this season. Second free throw, that's good too. Tight game.
He's a slasher kind of player. Gets to the basket, finds open areas like he did right there on the nice backdoor pass by Avercamp.
Young for the Demons, right corner. Underneath, Melvin up fake, shot blocked, loose ball, picked up by Avercamp. Nice defensive play by Loyola. Here comes Payne, he's across the line, down the left side. Right-handed dribble, uses a screen, rolls to the middle, gets to the free throw line, stops the dribble, flips it to Avercamp. Long three, no good, it rimmed out. And Clahar yanks down the rebound for the Demons. Outlet, Melvin underneath. Couldn't handle, Avercamp gets another steal.
Well, not a good decision there by Clahar to throw that pass. Melvin just a little bit too far underneath the basket. Clahar threw that ball just a little bit too high.
6 minutes to go. Melvin deflects it away. Avercamp picks it up along the left sideline. DePaul 25, Loyola 21. 5:55 remaining in the game. First half. Turk, right side to Thomas along the baseline. Back to Turk, right wing behind the arc. Look at Young. All over him. Turk beats him off the dribble. Baseline jump. No good. Too strong. Clahar, the weak side rebound for the Demons. Underneath, Melvin. Foul.
Could be a block on Avercamp, I believe. Yeah, it is. Well, DePaul got the ball out, made sure they get the ball up court quick as they can. Clahar to Cleveland Melvin. And Melvin, I tell you what, Melvin may have gotten off a little push there. Nonetheless, Melvin goes to the line shooting 2.
In the Big East, you can get away with that, right?
Very physical in the Big East, no doubt about that.
That's coming up on Wednesday when the Blue Demons play their Big East opener against Seton Hall as Melvin knocks down the first free throw. DePaul 26, Loyola 21, 5:38 remaining here in the first half. A year ago, to close out the regular season, the Blue Demons beat the Seton Hall Pirates by 28 here at Allstate Arena. And remember, back then, Seton Hall was playing for a potential spot in the NCAA tournament.
I remember that game clearly. They just didn't come to play that game. And DePaul was ready to play, and DePaul really had nothing to lose at that point of the season last year, and they really hammered the Pirates that day.
Melvin misses the free throw, ball knocked out of bounds, and it was last touched by Darrell Robertson Jr., the reserve center for the Demons.
Again, DePaul with that full court pressure. Now they're at 2-2-1, 2-2-1 full court.
So Kiki White plays catch with Avercamp in the backcourt. Now Avercamp stops the dribble. That's usually where a team gets in trouble. And White flips it into the front court where Christian Thomas has it top of the key. Back to Jeff White along the right sideline. DePaul 26, Loyola 21. 5:15 to go first half. Christian double teamed right baseline to White up high. 4-3. Got it.
The little fella sticking the three. I like Loyola moving the ball around, being patient with it until he finally opened jumper. White was wide open on that one. Lack of, breakdown in the defense for DePaul there.
Under 5 minutes to go, 2-point game. Turnover. Crockett just bounced it right to White, who crosses the timeline for the Ramblers.
He thought Melvin was going to go baseline. He wasn't there.
White uses a screen. Left side pass for Jordan Hicks. Small forward puts it on the floor. Dribbles to the middle. Right side pass for Chrisman in three-point territory. Spins past McDonald. Catches up. Hicks up high. Puts it on the floor. Free throw line jumper. Back rim doesn't go. Ball batted up and in by Christian Thomas. They call him CT. Game tied at 26. DePaul and Loyola under 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Very different performance from last season when these two met at the Gentile Center. If you remember, back then, DePaul took a 47-17 halftime lead. Much closer game. Crockett up high, bounces it to Klahar. Three on the way, missed from the corner. Melvin, the rebound, poked out of his hands, out of bounds. Last touch
by Loyola. So DePaul will keep possession underneath their own basket. Tell you what, the crowd getting into it right now. A lot of Loyola fans making a short trip here to All-State Arena. Loyola has been very, very patient. They get good shots. And then when they don't get a good shot, it does come off the rim. A nice tip in right there to tie the game at 26 by Thomas.
McDonald to trigger it in. Flips it to Klahar, top of the key. Now Melvin, the big forward, has it. Head of the key, off to Klahar, driving to his right. Wow, shot goes down. We're all Klahar with a power move.
Nice power move there as well by Klahar. You're right. Osborne got caught on the backside of Klahar. Klahar comes up a little limpy right now. A little gimpy on the right knee.
I think he's fine because he's yapping at the officials. So anytime that starts to go for you, then you know a guy's okay. Jeff White with the ball for Loyola. Off to Thomas left wing. Chrisman right side behind the arc. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. DePaul 28, Loyola 26, and a foul.
Yeah, Robertson got called for the foul there as he was reaching over the back of Osborne.
Demons by 2, under 3.5 to go in the first. We'll talk with members of the Blue Demons, including Coach Purnell, to get their take on the city rivalry between DePaul and Loyola. You'll hear that. Plus, we'll take a look at the Big East January schedule for the Blue Demons and have highlights and stats for the first half. All coming up at halftime from Allstate Arena.
Well, it's gotten back into this game and got within 2 because of Payne and Thomas. Cully Payne and Christian Thomas have done a really good job. 15 of their 26 points coming from those 2 guys. They're 7 of 9. Combined 7 of 9 from the floor.
Loyola ball out of the timeout. Avercamp has it right corner. Feeds the point man Payne. Ball 28, Loyola 26. 3:20 to go in the first half. And a foul way out from behind the arc.
Well, Brunel can't be real happy with a foul like that, especially when it puts Loyola at the line. But he thought Payne may have pushed off Clahar there a little bit. Not to be, as Payne now goes to the line, shoot a 1-and-1.
Drains the first, he's got one more. Clahar fouled Payne while he was dribbling.
Right in front of the DePaul bench.
Yeah. On the sign that says Ray and Mark Meyer Court on the far sideline. Second free throw goes down for Payne, and guess what? Game tied at 28 again. 3:18 to go here in the first half in Rosemont. DePaul and Loyola. The Blue Demons have won 11 straight games against the Ramblers. The last time Loyola won a game of the series, January 21st, 1989. Brandon Young has it behind the arc on the left side. Drives to the baseline. Hesitation move. Angle cut off, so we'll back it out. 10 to shoot. Young holds the ball over his head. Bounces it underneath to Kirk, who couldn't handle. Ball goes out of bounds, and turnover to Paul.
Well, credit Loyola with some good pressure defense right there. As soon as Brandon Young picked up the ball, they were all over him. Then when he tried to bounce it to Donovan Kirk, wasn't in the spot where Young thought he was and went out of bounds.
Demons average nearly 76 points a game, but tied at 28 here with 2:40 to go in the first. Look out, Jeff! Ball knocked out of bounds right in front of you. Nice defense by the Demons.
I got quick hands. Don't worry about that. I'll protect you. You see the pressure defense right there by Crockett and Royal Clahar. Knocked the ball out of bounds and again almost knocked this TV screens right in our laps.
Not going to make fun of the look that you had on the replay. Ball deflected out of bounds along the far sideline. Last touch, Loyola, so the Demons get it back.
Another turnover right there. That's turnover number 6 for Loyola.
2:25 to go in the first half. DePaul and Loyola tied at 28. Yes, you looked a little frightened with the ball bouncing your way. Crockett, turnaround jump, got it from the right way.
Crockett with such elevation on his jump shots right there. It's hard to block, hard to get a hand in his face when he gets up so high.
He's got a 47.5-inch vertical. Payne pushing the tempo, but Osborne couldn't handle, and a turnover for Loyola. Back-to-back sequences there.
Well, not a very good pass there by Cully Payne. Threw a little bit behind Osborne. And when you're throwing it to the big guy like that, you better make sure it's right on target, right where the big guy can handle it. Threw the ball a little bit too low, and Osborne not able to come up with it.
Osborne, a freshman from Muncie, Indiana, one of the top prep players in the state of Indiana last season. Loyola, the 6th youngest team in Division I basketball. The Ramblers come up with the steal. Here's Payne, top of the key, stops the dribble. Kick ball by Clahar as Payne tried to get it underneath to Avercamp.
It's another DePaul turnover. DePaul now with 9 turnovers, averaging about 15 a game.
A minute 49 to go in the first half. DePaul 30, Loyola 28. Rambler basketball. Crispin has it left wing behind the arc. Poked away by Crockett. Both guys dive for the ball. Crockett comes up with it. Flips it to Clahar. Oh, what a play! Clahar underneath. Layup doesn't go. But Royal Clahar got fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Boy, I love those words you just used, what a play. And I'm talking about what a play, not by Clahar going to the basket, but by Jamie Crockett coming up with the steal and then going for the loose ball on the floor. Crockett all over Crispin, and they both went down for it, and Crockett came up with it and got the ball to Clahar, who went right to the basket and got fouled. Crispin lost the ball there, not really paying attention to what Crockett was doing, and then Crockett made sure he got it to Clahar as he went to the basket.
Royal Clahar misses the first free throw, so it's still DePaul 30, Loyola 28, a minute 40 remaining. A 3-point threat, Devin Turk checks back in.
A little more speed now for Porter Moser's team as Turk comes back in for the final 140 of this half.
And Crispin sits. Second free throw by Clahar. Got it. Sophomore reserve, Charles McKinney checks back in for the Demons. Crockett will get a breather
Clahar now with 8 points, leads DePaul in scoring, Zach.
And he's been a catalyst during the 7-game winning streak for the Demons. Full court pressure by the Demons. Avercamp can't find anyone. Now finds Payne along the baseline. Back to Avercamp, who puts it on the floor. He's trapped. Flips it to Hicks in the front court. Hicks puts it on the floor. To Turk, 3 on the way. Got it.
Well, credit Loyola with breaking down that DePaul pressure. They got a 3-on-2 there and got the ball to Turk in the corner.
To tie the game at 31. And a foul along the far sideline. Turk slapped McKinney.
And you said tied at 31. The biggest lead of the game for DePaul has been 9. And you see Loyola break down that press and get the ball to Turk in the corner, and he just took his time because there was nobody near him and hit the 3, the wide open 3.
Minute 22 remaining in the first half. DePaul and Loyola tied at 31. Substitution for the Ramblers. Christian Thomas is back in the game. And Nick Osborne will sit. Demons ball. Young has to call time. Couldn't find anyone. Make the sports fan in your life smile with the DePaul men's basketball 2-game holiday pack. Don't miss your last chance to select any 2 games from the remaining home schedule at Allstate Arena for only $35. To purchase your holiday pack, visit DePaulBlueDemons.com.
Well, DePaul has led the entire game. We're tied at 31. The game's been tied 6 times, but again, Loyola has not had the lead, but they're trying to get that lead for the first time here in the final 122 of this half. Did a nice job defensively against DePaul. Loyola's played a lot of full court pressure here in this first half. They don't play a lot of full court, but they have so far here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a complete Ramblers pace to this game. Loyola started this week number 26 in the country, and you think about it, 300-plus Division I schools, and Loyola 26th in the country in fewest points per game allowed, 57.5 points per game. DePaul basketball. Worrell Clahar has it in the half court between the rings. Stops the dribble, left side pass for McKinney. Throws it back to Clahar, head of the circle. Game tied at 31. Big possession here down the stretch of the first half. Young has it head of the key. Putting on a dribbling exhibition. Long jumper. Got it. Foot was inside the line, so it's a 2-point shot. But DePaul takes the lead, 33-31 over Loyola, with 54 seconds remaining in the first half. 4 Demons in the backcourt, full court pressure. Ramblers play catch. Avercamp has it. Throws it into the front court. Now to Hicks right side. To the free throw line. White, the jumper. No good. Rebound Christian Thomas. And a fresh 35 for Loyola.
About 6 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock now, so Loyola can take it down and get a good shot.
Avercamp inside the paint. The floater doesn't go. Another rebound for Thomas. The putback slaps it off the glass.
And Thomas down low, working hard on the glass off the Avercamp miss.
Game tied at 33. Demons will hold for one last shot. The shot clock is off. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. McKinney with the ball for the Demons, off to the left in 3-point range. Young between the circles, under 10 seconds remaining in the half. Now Clahar ahead of the key. 5 seconds to go. Clahar left side jumper. Rattles around, no good. Rebound Thomas, and time runs out on the first half. DePaul and Loyola both go into the locker rooms. Tied at 33.
DePaul with their biggest lead at 9 in this first half, and Loyola just kept chipping away at that lead. And that's why we're tied at 33 now.
Very different than a year ago when the Blue Demons led by 30 at the break, now tied at 33 with Loyola. Halftime at Allstate Arena. We'll talk about this rivalry next. To Allstate Arena, from Lincoln Park to Rogers Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Park Ridge Hawks basketball team to Ray and Bargemeyer Court for a halftime scrimmage.
Welcome back to Allstate Arena. From Lincoln Park to Rogers Park, the DePaul Loyola series rich with history. Current head coach Oliver Purnell, as well as DePaul stars of yesteryear, Dave Corzine and Kevin Edwards.
Rivalry is always a big deal when it comes to college sports, especially in the city of Chicago. And I know that you've had a little bit of a taste of this DePaul-Loyola rivalry. It's important, isn't it?
It is, and rivalries, that's the fun in college basketball, football, or anything. And anytime that you have teams in close proximity with one another, similar affiliations in Catholic schools and all of that, and some great games over the years, that makes for great fun and great conversation and great games.
With DePaul legends Dave Corzine and Kevin Edwards, and each of you had a different kind of experience with the DePaul-Loyola rivalry. Coach talked about how it's very fierce, but, Dave, when you started at DePaul, the program was just beginning to reemerge, so playing that city rivalry with the Ramblers was a big deal.
It was a big deal. It's before conferences, really, we were independent. Loyola was independent. So it gained importance being a regional game. Anytime you play some regional opponents like that, they're big games. But now it's kind of looked at as a pre-conference game, a tune-up for the conference season, for both of us to some degree. But at that point, we were independents, and it was local kids playing, just like like you would expect it to be. We're going at it really hard.
You have a number of Chicagoans on your team, so they've played against some of the guys on the other squad. That always makes for extra compelling competition.
Well, they come over and play in our gym. We go over and play in their gym, pick up basketball. But now it's it's for the marbles and the bragging rights, so to speak. And both teams want to win very badly.
By the time Kevin joined DePaul, the Blue Demons were one of the best teams in the country. So the rivalry against Loyola was a little different, bigger for them probably than you.
Yeah, much more bigger for them. I think they probably looked at us as they're over DePaul. They're not that good. We can beat them. So once we came to play them my junior year. It was sold out on their part, and we kind of put it to them and quieted them very quickly. So we never looked at them as a big rivalry. By the time 30 years after Dave was finished.
It wasn't that long. I'm guessing, Dave, you probably remember those games like it was yesterday.
Well, it was a little bit longer than yesterday, but I did a little research for our interview, and we beat them. We beat them 4 out of 5. We didn't put them away maybe as easily as Kevin's teams did, but we did beat them 4 out of 5, so we can look back and say that we had success against Loyola. But they had some great players.